Brock really, we never explored the depth of the character. Brock's character is intentionally very one-dimensional, but the tribal chief wasn't.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to witness will change everything you thought you knew about dominance in professional wrestling. Two names, two monsters, two completely different philosophies of destruction. Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, the beast incarnate and the tribal chief. And standing between them, orchestrating chaos, manipulating destiny itself, Paul Heyman, the special counsel who has shaped the careers of both men into something absolutely legendary. But here's the question that's been burning in the minds of every wrestling fan across the globe. How does the wise man himself see these two titans? What makes one man a savage beast and the other a calculated god? Buckle up, because by the end of this video, you're going to understand why these two superstars have dominated WWE in ways we've never seen before, and you're going to hear it straight from the mouth of the man who knows them better than anyone else on this planet. Before we dive into this absolute war of psychology and power, I need you to do something for me. If you love this business, if you live and breathe professional wrestling like I do, then smash that subscribe button right now. Join the SLAMZONE family, because we're building something special here together. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment of the breakdowns, the analysis, the passion that goes into every single video we create. And listen, I know you've heard this before from other channels, but this is different. This is personal. This is about community. This is about all of us who grew up watching these warriors, who understand that wrestling isn't just entertainment, it's an art form, it's storytelling at its absolute finest. So please, take 2 seconds, hit subscribe, and let's grow this family together. Now, let's get into it. Paul Heyman sits down for a rare, intimate conversation. You can see it in his eyes, the weight of managing two of the most dominant forces WWE has ever produced. This isn't just business for Heyman. This is legacy. This is history being written with every appearance, every championship reign, every moment of calculated brutality. And when he starts talking about Brock Lesnar, you can feel the atmosphere shift. You can sense the raw, untamed energy that comes with even mentioning that name. Brock Lesnar is chaos personified. Picture this, a freight train made of pure muscle and bad intentions, fueled by adrenaline and an insatiable hunger to hurt people. That's Brock Lesnar on any given night. Heyman describes working with Lesnar as standing next to a volcano that could erupt at any second. There's no predicting it. There's no controlling it. You can only guide it, aim it in the right direction, and pray you're not standing in the blast radius when it explodes. And that's the beauty of the beast incarnate. That's what makes him so terrifyingly effective inside that squared circle. When Brock walks through that curtain, the entire energy of the arena changes. The crowd doesn't just react, they brace themselves. They know what's coming. German suplexes that could break a normal man in half. F5s that seem to defy the laws of physics. And that cold, dead-eyed stare that tells you he doesn't care about your hopes, your dreams, or your survival. Heyman talks about how Brock operates on pure instinct in that ring. There's no elaborate game plan. There's no chess match. It's simpler than that, and somehow more terrifying. Brock sees an opening, and he attacks. He feels resistance, and he crushes it. He smells blood, and he goes in for the kill like the predator he was born to be. You can feel the intensity when Heyman describes those moments in Brock's corner. The adrenaline, the unpredictability. 1 minute, Brock's following the strategy they discussed backstage. The next minute, he's throwing it all out the window because his instincts tell him to destroy his opponent in a completely different way. And Heyman has to adapt. He has to read Brock's body language, understand the subtle shifts in his demeanor, and adjust on the fly. It's like being a handler for a caged animal that could turn on you at any moment, except this animal has broken every cage WWE has ever tried to put him in. Think about some of Brock's most iconic moments. The way he manhandled John Cena at SummerSlam 2014, turning Superman into a mere mortal with 16 German suplexes. The way he conquered The Undertaker's legendary WrestleMania streak, ending 21 years of dominance in one shocking, earth-shattering moment. Every time Brock steps into that ring, you know someone's going to the hospital, someone's career might be ending, or history is about to be rewritten in the most violent way possible. That's the Brock Lesnar experience. That's what Heyman has spent years channeling into championship gold and legendary status. But then Heyman shifts gears, and suddenly we're in completely different territory. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the head of the table. And you can hear the difference in Heyman's voice immediately. There's a reverence there. There's respect, yes, but there's also something deeper, something almost spiritual in how he describes working with Roman. Roman Reigns operates like a mafia boss. Everything is calculated. Everything has purpose. Every move inside and outside that ring is designed to send a message, to consolidate power, to remind everyone in the WWE universe exactly who runs this company. Heyman describes the experience of being Roman's special counsel as being part of something bigger than wrestling. It's about legacy. It's about family. It's about building an empire that will stand long after the matches are over and the championships have been passed down. When Roman walks to that ring, it's not with the wild-eyed intensity of a beast looking for its next meal. It's with the calm, confident stride of a man who knows he owns everything he surveys. The tribal chief doesn't rush. He doesn't need to. Time bends to his will. The WWE Universe waits for him. His opponents tremble before he even touches them. And when he finally decides to unleash his power, it's not random violence, it's surgical precision designed to break not just bodies, but spirits. Heyman talks about how Roman thinks 3, 4, 5 moves ahead at all times. In the ring, Roman's watching his opponent's eyes, reading their exhaustion, waiting for the perfect moment to strike with a devastating Superman punch or a spear that could cut a man in half. Outside the ring, he's building alliances, manipulating storylines, ensuring that every member of his bloodline family is positioned exactly where they need to be to maintain dominance. This isn't just about winning matches for Roman Reigns. This is about establishing a dynasty that future generations will study and fear. The crowd reactions to Roman tell a completely different story than with Brock. When Brock appears, you hear shock and awe. When Roman appears, you hear the wrestling world acknowledging their king, some with respect, some with hatred, but all with the understanding that they're in the presence of greatness. Listen to those "acknowledge me" chants that echo through arenas worldwide. That's not just a catchphrase. That's a demand. That's a man forcing the entire industry to recognize his supremacy. And here's where it gets really fascinating, ladies and gentlemen. Heyman describes how working with these two legends requires completely different skill sets. With Brock, he's a hype man, an instigator, someone who amplifies the chaos and channels it toward championship glory. He's there to intimidate, to threaten, to make sure everyone knows that Brock Lesnar doesn't care about rules, tradition, or anyone's feelings. When Heyman speaks for Brock, he's speaking to the primal part of our brains that understands raw power and fears it appropriately. But with Roman, Heyman becomes something else entirely. He's an advisor, a confidant, the wise man who speaks truth to power while also serving as the mouthpiece for the tribal chief's vision. When Heyman speaks for Roman, he's not just hyping a match, he's narrating a saga. He's explaining why Roman's dominance is inevitable, why his opponents are already defeated before they step through those ropes, why the WWE Universe should feel honored to witness this historic reign. You know what? I need to pause for just a moment because this story is hitting me in a way that I didn't expect. If you're feeling this too, if you're realizing just how special it is to witness these two eras of dominance simultaneously, then please, show some love. Hit that like button right now. Drop a comment telling me which era you prefer, the Beast or the Tribal Chief. Subscribe to SLAMZONE if you haven't already, because we're just getting started, and I promise you, we're going deeper into this world every single week. This channel exists because of you, because of our shared passion for this incredible art form. So please, join the family. Let's build something that honors the business we all love so much. Now, back to the story, because we're approaching something truly powerful here. Heyman continues, and you can see the emotion building. He talks about privilege. The privilege of being in the corner for not one, but two of the most dominant champions in WWE history. Think about that weight. Think about the responsibility of being the voice for men who have redefined what it means to be a WWE superstar. With Brock, every night could be the night everything explodes. Every opponent comes in knowing they might not walk out under their own power. The tension is constant, electric, dangerous. Heyman never knows if Brock's going to snap, if tonight's the night the Beast decides the strategy doesn't matter and pure destruction is the only language worth speaking. And that uncertainty, that edge of your seat reality, creates television magic. It creates moments that fans talk about for decades. With Roman, every night is a statement. Every defense of the Universal Championship, every acknowledgement demanded, every family member strategically positioned at ringside, it all builds towards something monumental. Roman's reign isn't measured in days or weeks. It's measured in the broken dreams of everyone who dared challenge the head of the table. It's measured in the tears of veterans who realize their time has passed and this young lion has taken everything from them. It's measured in history books that will forever show the longest, most dominant championship reign of this modern era. And here's where Heyman drops the bomb that changes everything. Here's the moment that makes you understand why these two approaches to dominance are equally valid, equally legendary, equally important to the fabric of professional wrestling. Heyman reveals that working with both men has taught him the ultimate truth about success in this business: there is no single path to greatness. Brock proved that you can be a mercenary, a fighter who shows up, destroys everyone in his path, and disappears back into obscurity until the next time WWE needs a catastrophic force of nature. No social media presence required. No weekly television appearances necessary. Just pure, undeniable talent and the ability to make every single appearance feel like a once-in-a-lifetime event. Roman proved that you can be a politician, a leader, a man who understands that championships are won and lost, but legacies are built through consistent, calculated excellence. Show up every single week. Defend your title against all comers. Build a family around you that ensures your vision extends beyond your own career. Make people believe not just in your power, but in your purpose. Two completely different philosophies. Two men who couldn't be more different in their approach to this business. And yet both have achieved something that 99.9% of wrestlers never will. They've transcended the sport itself. They've become cultural icons. They've become the measuring stick by which all future champions will be judged. Heyman sits back, and you can see the satisfaction in his face. The pride. The knowledge that he's been part of something that will outlive all of us. He's been in the corner for chaos and calculation. He's been the voice for destruction and dynasty. And wrestling history will forever remember him as the man who helped shape both legacies into something immortal. Ladies and gentlemen, we've just witnessed something special here today. We've pulled back the curtain on what it really means to manage greatness. Paul Heyman has given us a masterclass in understanding that there's more than one way to dominate, more than one way to build a legacy, more than one way to become legendary in this business we love so much. So let me ask you one final time, and I'm asking from the heart, if this video made you feel something, if it changed your perspective even slightly, if it reminded you why you fell in love with professional wrestling in the first place, then please, subscribe to SLAMZONE right now. Smash that like button. Share this video with every wrestling fan you know who needs to hear this story. Drop a comment and let's have a real conversation about Brock versus Roman, chaos versus calculation, the beast versus the tribal chief. This channel only exists because of you. Your support, your engagement, your passion, that's what fuels every video we create. We're building a community here of people who understand that wrestling isn't just fake fights. It's storytelling. It's psychology. It's art performed by athletes willing to sacrifice their bodies for our entertainment. So join the family. Hit that notification bell. Let's grow together and honor this beautiful, brutal, incredible business. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of SLAMZONE. And remember, whether you prefer your dominance delivered with savage intensity or calculated precision, we can all acknowledge one undeniable truth. We are blessed to live in an era where both Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns have shown us what it truly means to be champions. What a time to be a wrestling fan. What a privilege to witness history. What a moment. I'll see you in the next video, family. Stay passionate, stay loud, and never stop believing in the power of professional wrestling.